All right, this tweet, I'm watching Bones. I know it's an old show, well, kind of, but last night there were members of Pentatonics on an episode, and just now I'm pretty sure I saw Jay Glazer in an episode in season 12. Oh, yeah, you did. Sure did. Jay Glazer responds, that was me. Oh, my God. Not only is he one of the best football insiders in the business, he's also a TV star. Come on, Jay. Like, what do we do? Like, how are we getting on Bones?
I'll tell you what happened. So it was, we're doing the Houston Super Bowl. And then Fox was like, hey, we want you to do all these, like shows for us, Bones. But it was like Friday before the start of the season. I'm like, I don't got time for this. I got to get Scoop. I got to do all this stuff. They're like, no, we really want you to do this. So I hadn't seen the show, right? And have you guys watched the show?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So what's his character?
I don't know his name. I've casually watched it.
It's been a minute.
Somebody look up the character on Bones. Can you? Like, see what his name is, okay?
I got you.
So they give me this long script. Meanwhile, I've been on Ballers for 5 years, okay? So I look at what I'm supposed to say. And I have ADHD, so I can't look at a whole script, right? So the guy's name is, do you look it up?
He said Dave Hines? Dave Hines. I've also got Sealy Booth.
Sealy Booth.
Sealy Booth. I got you.
Okay? So my question was supposed to be, so who killed him, Booth, okay? But I, who have no time to like look at this because I'm trying to get Scoop, I go, so who killed Booth?
Oh.
Him, right? And they had me do it like 5 times. And then finally he goes, hey, I'm Booth, right? I go, clearly I didn't, but why did you guys let me do this 5 times? And he goes, didn't you read our script? I said, let me ask you a question. What do you think I'm doing walking into the NFL? So you think I had time to read your freaking 800 pages of your script for my 2 lines? I don't got time for that. Just tell me what I got to say. And then he goes, you know what? I like you. And I go, let me ask you a question. You think I need your validation?
Oh, man.
Oh, the whole place went nuts, right? And I was just messing with him.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, my God, I love you. This is fantastic. It was great. We became friendly over it, but I got 2 lines, man. I got time to read 800 things when I'm trying to get Scoop for the season. And I did have a fun time with him. Well, no, actually, I didn't have a fun time with him.
Yeah. I take it back.
It would have if it was like 2 minutes, but it was like an 8-hour day, and I'm trying to get scooped. Yeah, but it was it's pretty cool. I got to do it.
Hey, look,
But
this,
that line's a great line, isn't it? Let me ask you a question. You think I need your validation?
It's amazing.
That
It
is a good
messes
one.
people up so bad.
I'm gonna
When
take
you
that
say
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
And
give
I
you
don't
credit
mean
for
it.
that.
It's just like the shock value of it. Yeah.
I'll keep that one in my back pocket. But you're talking about Scoop. Let's get some Scoop. Justin Jefferson was talking a lot about, hey, would we be better with Sam Darnold? Yes, we would
Clearly,
be.
yeah.
Clearly, yeah, it's pretty obvious. And Justin Jefferson has talked a lot about what could have been for this Minnesota Vikings team. If you're J.J. McCarthy and you hear those things, of course he's heard them. We've all heard them. How is he supposed to feel?
Same way Sam Darnold felt when he was getting ripped. A couple times in life, you find out who you are, right? You could cave, or you can go, oh, man, screw me, screw you. I'll show you guys. Baker Mayfield did it, right? Like Daniel Jones did it, right? There's 2 ways you can go. So JJ's got to stop with the whole alter ego stuff. With this man, just learn how from KO how to be a quarterback, and just follow along, and let there be progress. And by the way, it was Sam's, 15, right? And, I remember yesterday, Rosie and I, my wife, we were with Kyle Shanahan, and we were talking about this, and he's like, the biggest thing you do for these guys, and Kevin O'Connell told me the same thing, is you give them their confidence back. He didn't say it in these kind of words. You give them their something sack back. And he says what you do is you just tell them, dude, like you start with a lot of small stuff. You tell them, just go. I don't care if you throw an interception. I don't care. These guys are so beat down. I just want to get them that blank sack back. And once you get that back, then what made them the 3rd pick in the draft starts to come back out again. And that's the mastery of it all. And that's what he did with Mac Jones, right? And that's what he's able to do with Purdy. Like, man, I don't care if you throw an interception as long as you go for it. Just go. Don't play scared. Play. You got house money. Go. And it worked for Sam. It's worked for Mac. It's it worked for Daniel Jones with first Kevin and then obviously Shane Steichen. And I think that's where Kyle is just a master at it. He's just, and you look at like people forget this. Baker Mayfield with Sean McVay. I think he taught him how to be coachable, right? And there's an art to it. And I think that's what JJ needs. Of like, hey, I'm all in. KO tells me to do this. Let me just forget the alter ego stuff. Paint my face like all this stuff, and I got this different guy. No, just be the guy who's the 5th pick of the draft or whoever it was, and just learn from him, and just let him. And that's Kevin told me the same thing about Daniel Jones. He was just like, they're so beat down. You just got to get them. You got to. It's like extreme home makeover for males, right? And just get them to be comfortable again. And then their God-given talent comes out.
Somebody not lacking in confidence is a friend of mine, Maxx Crosby. You reported last year that Max was unhappy that he was shut down. Clint Kubiak comes
Let me tell you about Maxx Crosby before we go this, okay? Maxx Crosby comes out and trains with me last year, and him and Derwin James. And Maxx Crosby, in the first 15 seconds, because he is so strong, tore my bicep tendon, supraspinatus, rotator cuff. It rolled down. And my whole thing of our unbreakable mindset is if we're hurt and tired, you will never, ever, ever, ever know. And as you think you get, we ramp up on you. We ramp up. And pressure is a great weapon. We just go and go and go. And you're going to get me for the first 2 rounds because I'm not athletic. I'm 5'7". I'm Jewish. I got everything against me. But I just go forward and go forward and go forward and go forward until somebody goes, oh, my God, get this dude off me, right? But Max got me here early, and I never showed it. And I had them I had Max for a week or 2. I had Durbin for 2 months. And I told them both after, first 15 seconds, you guys tore my bicep tendon where it rolled, supraspinatus, rotator cuff, and they're like, we'd never know. I'm like, that's the whole point. So out there in the field, don't ever let anybody know. And it's funny because now I talk mental health, and I'm like, now I want you, that's the unbreakable mindset. Now there's a new unbreakable mindset. We're off that field and outside that cage. Yeah, you open up about your feelings. You tell everything. I want you to show it. I want you to tell it. And then you'll have these bonds, and you'll have this liberation where you don't have to hide anymore because those dudes were raised, you don't show it, you don't show it, you don't show it. And it's my fault of telling these guys, you don't show it, and you need that in the cage. You need that on a field. But the rest of the world, we got to start opening up. But Max and I are very vulnerable. And then when that happened, I remember Ian Rappaport the team went to him and said, oh, Maxx Crosby, we're going to do right by him. We're going to shut him down and, we're really going to protect him from him. And then Max is on the other line going, man, screw these guys. They're shutting me down. I am not about this. Hell no, I'm not doing it. I left the facility. I'm out. I want to get traded. I'm done. And I was kind of trying to talk him off a ledge. And then I went to GM John Spytek. I'm like, Spy, you got to understand. There's a couple guys. If they tell you they're playing, they're playing. It's not open for discussion. They're playing. There's certain guys, they need it, right? And for a guy like Max, who he's an addict, he's addiction issues, he needs structure. You can't do that to him. Right, so I want you guys to look at it. You can still go for your first pick, but it can't involve him. And this is why I'm so tied in the league. Like these GMs and head coaches will come. It's my 34th year, 35th. They'll come to me with this stuff, And Max, that wasn't good.
Do you think his time with the Raiders is done?
I do.
Okay. Before the draft?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Is there a landing spot that makes sense in your opinion?
A ton of them. I'm not going to say what it is yet because I'm going to try and help it out.
Sure. What kind of haul do you think realistically a Maxx Crosby gets in general?
He probably more than Micah. So the day it happened, no less than 20 teams called me and asked, dude, is this real? Can we get him? What's it for? I'm like, God, we're not there yet, but yes, it's real.
Do you think his time with the Raiders is done because that's a Raiders decision or because that's a Maxx Crosby decision?
They didn't want to do it. But he was just like, I'm not going through another rebuild. And like he and the owner are very close. It's a really cool relationship. They legitimately love each other. And he went and talked to him about it and said, I promise you I'll always be a Raider, but I don't want to go through another rebuild. I've done everything I can for this team. But also, like, remember I just said, if I'm hurt and tired, you'll never know. It's your honor to fight hurt. It's your honor to fight hurt. And he, you got to let him do that. Makes him feel like a gangster. And you can't take that from him. He's different. So I think the haul for him will be more than Micah.
I know we'll be following Max's future very closely this offseason. We'll also be talking a lot about Aaron Rodgers. What is his future?
So him and Mike McCarthy have talked. I think he has more of an appreciation for Mike now than he had by a lot. It's got a absence makes the heart grow fonder. I wouldn't be, listen, I train with Aaron in the offseason. I still can't tell you how it'll be on a Monday or a Tuesday. Like, I never know. Like, he's just, like, you never know. Like, I thought we were real good friends and all that stuff. I think he called me back once this whole offseason, so screw him.
Is there somebody else you've got your eye on that we're not talking about that you think, hey, there's this?
I want to see what happens to Joe Burrow.
You think that's real? You think Joe could end up somewhere else?
I want to keep my eye on it. I think people are going to go after it. It doesn't mean they're going to be willing to do it, but I think people are going to go after it. Man, who else could? You kind of put me on the spot here. I haven't thought about it. I just haven't thought about it.
Okay, no worries. Obviously, you're joining us.
I do know that teams have called me about A.J. Brown, and A.J.'s my mental health buddy, so love him. I think A.J. got a bum rap this year. He did a great job covering for stuff that went in there. But he's emotional, but did a great job of everybody else wanted to say what he was saying in a way worse way. And he's like, I'll take the bullets for everybody. Yeah. I was actually proud of him.
You've mentioned mental health a few times. It's beautiful, your work. I just want to say that. As somebody that therapy changed my life, I love the work that you do. You're also spreading awareness for ADHD and living with it. And you're joining us on behalf of Qelbree Supernus. So tell everybody a little bit about what that is for you.
Yeah, look. So I was born with, you got to ask yourself, man, how many drugs this guy's parents take when they conceived him? Because I have clinical depression, anxiety, ADHD, bipolar, OCD, anxiety, insomnia. Other than that, I'm a model of stability, right? But my scars make me who I am. Most of us leave with like our highlights. Man, our scars are our equity. But my ADHD, I was diagnosed with it in 1989, which one of the first adults diagnosed on the East Coast ever. At Princeton Educational Learning Center. And I used to have to go and explain to my teachers what it was that I'd have to go and take a pill. And they thought I was like Ferris Bueller, right? They thought I was full of crap and I needed to take a pill. The problem with those pills, now this is my journey. I want to make this clear. It's my journey. Stimulants for me with my depression make it really, like, the ups, the peaks are phenomenal, but those valleys are scary and hard for me to get through. So I found a non-stimulant called Qelbree, and I tried it for 2 or 3 months before I said, oh my God, like, this is for me. This is a game changer. And I take it at night. You never take a stimulant at night. I take this at night, And I was telling Gronk yesterday on the plane, I'm like, dude, we have like 19 voices going in our head. Well, Qelbree gets them down to 2 at night. So I can like calm down. I call it the Qelbree calm. But also, like, I notice the next day at Fox NFL Sunday, if I'm not on them, my brain works too fast and I move on. I'll be in the second segment and I'm 5 names ahead in the third segment. So when I'm on Qelbree, it really gets me to focus on what I'm talking about there in that segment. It is a game changer, but it's not like, again, like stimulants get you like high and then low. This is just what it's supposed to do. It helps with your ADHD. And it's been a game changer for me.
It's beautiful to see you with the platform talk about it so honestly. So we appreciate you hanging out.
I'll tell you this real quick. When I got diagnosed with ADHD, I was told I had a learning disability back then. When you go up the Jersey Shore, they tell you got a learning disability, bro, it is not good.
Facts.
And eventually, when I go and talk to teams about this, I have a learning disability. I just don't learn the way you teach. Right? I've written 2 books. I'm in the Broadcast Hall of Fame. I've gotten Emmys. I've been a top insider for years. Clearly, I don't have a learning disability, but they lumped us all in together, right? And now I go and talk to these teams. Everybody learns differently. Figure out a way you learn. I know for me, if you teach me something and I can coach it, I have a photographic memory. But if you just sit there and talk to me about it, I am not capable of retaining it. And I always tell people all the time, growing up with ADHD, every freaking parent-teacher conference was, Jason doesn't apply himself. Jason disrupts the class. When you have ADHD, for people out there, I want you to understand your kids. It's like if you're sitting in something that you're not interested in, it's like you're drowning. And the only way for me to get a breath of fresh air is to fidget, is to disrupt the class. Is to have an outburst. You think I wanted to do that and get in trouble every freaking week? I was punished constantly. I got grounded every freaking 2 weeks of my life. I'm not capable. You're not capable. So all you with parents out there, your kids are not capable of doing this the way that you want us to do it. Qelbree allows me to be capable of it.